Good morning and welcome to you all. This morning we're here as the members of the Leeward Islands Calypso Committee to bring you up to date and inform the public where we are and how we are going for 2012 Leeward Islands Calypso competition. Present with us, let me acknowledge our chairperson of Carnival, Devon Carty, and I'll ask Mr. Carty to start by just giving us a brief overview of where we are with Carnival before we move into our Leeward Islands competition.
Thank you, Mr. Vanderpool. We are progressing fabulously well with our preparation for Carnival. We are very, very excited about the capacity for the 2012 Carnival to produce, overproduce, and excite. And one of the most spectacular events and most anticipated events in Carnival has always been the Leeward Islands Calypso competition. And we have an excellent team that is, forging ahead with this production as they do every year. It's one of our most celebrated production teams, and I see that this year they've produced an event, or going to produce an event with headlining artist Super Blue, as well as award-winning and championship-winning Calypsonians from around the region. That team will, tell you more about that production, but in other areas of Carnival, we've introduced a couple of new aspects. We are going to be introducing a halftime show in the Queen Show with the emergence of Miss Chrisette Michelle as the artist this year for the Queen Show. We are going to be creating another show called the Reggae Band Clash, which everybody is going to be excited about. And bits and pieces that are going to be brought out into the public as we move along. So good morning to everybody. I'm going to hand the mic back over to Mr. Vanderpool so that he can take it from here and move ahead with the business of the Leeward Islands Calypso competition.
Thank you, Mr. Carty, for your brief remarks. Okay, as we move forward, this year we'll be staging the 16th annual Leeward Islands Calypso competition. It will be staged at the Lansam Bowl as usual on August 11th, starting at 8 p.m. The admission fee for this show this year will be $20 US. Participating countries or islands will be Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat, St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Martin, BVI, USVI, and host country Anguilla. We're well aware that our reigning monarch this year, or last year, 2011-2012, is out of Anguilla. So in the event that Dr. Splinter is not crowned this year, then we would see 2 participants from Anguilla. Should he be crowned again, then there would only be Dr. Splinter out of Anguilla. Our sponsors for this event, we are proud to hail the government of Anguilla and Lime. These been with us over the years, and without their contribution, we would find it virtually impossible to stage such an event. So we want to say thanks to them. Today our emphasis will be on our guest artists, but before we go into who the guest artist will be, I will just touch base on the past guest artists we had over the years. And we saw folks like King Shortshirt out of Antigua, the Mighty Swallow, also out of Antigua. Then that was followed by King Elimat out of St. Kitts. Then we went down to Barbados and we gave you Gabby. And last year we went on to Trinidad and gave you David Rudder. When we are ready now to announce who will be our guest artist for 2012, that will be done by Mr. Lake. Before we go on, I will go to Katrina Richardson, another committee member, who would give us a rundown of the past monarchs of the Leeward Islands Calypso competition over the years.
Morning. For the past 15 years, The show started in 1997 and we had Zakari out of Antigua. In 1998, King Springer, Anguilla. 1999, Gossip, Anguilla. In 2000, we had Bobo out of St. Martin. 2001, Socrates out of St. Kitts. 2002, Lady Messenger out of Anguilla. 2003, Dr. Splinter out of Anguilla. 2004, Ayatollah out of St. Kitts. 2005, Ivina out of Antigua. 2006, Eddie Mello out of Antigua. And in 2007, the Bear out of Antigua as well. 2008, we saw Springer out of Anguilla. 2009, King Congress out of St. Kitts. 2010, King Congress again out of St. Kitts. And in 2011, Dr. Splinter out of Anguilla.
Thank you, Katrina. Now, to present a show of this nature, where you have kings coming in from the other islands, virtually we got 3-4 days to have this show all put together, the practice sessions and everything together. There's only about a window of 3, max 4 days. To tell us a bit about where the band composition and how it's all organized in the band house, we'll now call on committee member Dumper Martin to give us some info on that.
Good morning. Well, this is our 16th annual competition, and I've been there since, in charge of band rehearsal. And we are blessed to have about the same musicians, mostly, for the last 15 years. So they know what's going on. Very reliable musicians, and I'm really happy to know that we find such a great group to come to Anguilla and support us in the Calypso show. And I find no problem because they know what the job is. They come to Anguilla, they work hard, and mostly the Calypso are always happy and very appreciative of the music that they get. It's hard to put such a good show together in 2 days. I'm a musician, but I give those musicians very high credit. The St. Thomas group with Wagi, books all those guys, and the St. Kitts group, plus the drummer from St. Martin and the bassman from Antigua, are great musicians, and I'm really happy to know that I've been working with those same kind of musicians for the last 15 years. I look forward to keep the package. I remember, I say about maybe 14 years ago, we have a small sponsor from Barclays Bank then, and money was hard to come by, but those musicians, I mean, they stick with us, and now I see 2011, everybody wants to be part of the show, and I'm really happy, to know that something like this, in Anguilla, that it will kind of be an envy to get something like, a Leeward show, and we are really happy to know that we have one of the best shows in the Caribbean, and great artists, and that's why we try this year to even with our judges to get a mixture of judges from some Anguillans and some from the Windward, so it can be more transparent. And I'm looking forward to behind the scene again with the Calypsonians and everything. And I have to give thanks to the committee members because it's one group, that we don't argue. We just get together, we just, create a good show. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Now, working behind such a show, there is a committee, and I would like to acknowledge the committee members. We have Dumper Martin, we have Gustav Keynes, John Jeffers, Sharon Richardson, Katrina Hugger Richardson, Fritz Smith, Joan Richardson, Keatley Lake, and yours truly, Joseph Vanderpool. Now, to bring everything together, after we planned the show, we staged the show, and I know last year there was after the show there was some controversy about us not going back to the Leewards at the time, to the Windwards at the time, to bring in 3 foreign judges, because we usually do that, but last year, because of the financial constraints, a few years we didn't do that. However, after the show last year, we had some controversy over that, and the committee have decided that we will go back to the Windwards, and we'll bring in 3 judges, which will be 3 from the Windwards and 2 from Anguilla. We will do that to avoid incidents of what happened last year. So that will be something you'll be seeing coming in new. And one of the most important persons in a show sometimes could be the MC. This year we are happy to announce that our MC that we are in talks with, we are just about to confirm it, is Tommy Joseph out of Trinidad and Tobago. You know, that's no stranger to the stage when it comes to being an MC. Now let's get on to the part of it that we're basically here for today, and that is to some info on our guest artist, Mr. Lee.
Good morning, members of the press, Carnival Chairman and my own Chairman, Mr. Vanderpool, and fellow committee members. I'm pleased to announce that this year, for the 16th annual Leeward Islands Calypso competition, we are pleased to have the services of Austin Lyons, better known as Super Blue, to headline our show on August 11, 2012. Super Blue can be considered as one of the fathers of modern-day soca. He has won the Road March competition in Trinidad more times than any other person. And he has gone on to win the International Soca Monarch a record 5 times. We could not be happier than to be able to procure the services of Super Blue to perform this year. For those people in the audience who are in tune with soca music, they would recognize his hits, I should say some of his hits: Soca Baptist, Rebecca, Bacchanal Time, Fete, Get Something and Wave, and this is where that phrase came from that is so popular in soca music today, Wine on Something, and many, many, he'll be performing at least 3 other songs because we already have the music in our possession for the band to rehearse. I think this marks our intention every year to get better and better, because after last year, so someone came up to me and said, after David Rudder, who are you going to get? I said, there's always be somebody better. And we are fortunate that we've been able to procure the services of Super Blue. And we just hope that everyone will come out and expect that this show will even surpass the show of last year or years before, because the music is going to be spectacular. And as usual, he will be backed by our own all-star band, which comes out of St. Thomas, St. Kitts, Antigua, St. Martin, and here in Anguilla. So I think that we are not in the least worried as to the quality of the show, so we just urge people to get ready. And we're going to make a serious attempt to make sure that the radio station gets copies of his major hits, so that people can begin to familiarize themselves and look forward to whining on something on August the 11th, 2012. Right, Katrina? Thank you.
R-N-I-B-A, there is a spirit in this bed. Bang, bang, 92, you go meet it. 4 o'clock Juve morning, ready, setty and waiting. The spirit is here, there and everywhere. Bobo jumpy, jab, jab and club. Mama yo, stick fighters in top. Whoa, yo, 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 Trinidad and Tobago. Party time, peace and love and no crime. Never, never, oh, the cock start to go. Hey, I'm feeling to wine on something. I'm feeling to wine on something. I want to, I feel to, I want to, I want to, I feel to, I want to. Hey, hey, chop, 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 chop. Whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, whoa, chop, chop. Hey, 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 oh, oh, yeah. Do re mi fa mi re do fa. Musical fire. Bang bang, jump around and enjoy it. Steel and brass with Calypso, in the ring like a Shango. My spirit in power, don't interfere. Boom boom, small, medium and large. Ay ay ay, Miss Caronage. Rearrange, girl are coming without small change. It's dollar wine, big money on my mind. To hell with the clock, I don't hear the cock. Hey, I feeling to wine on something. I feeling to wine on something. Carnival is bacchanal, oh yo. Hurry in the festival, don't so. I feeling to wine on something. I feeling to wine on something. I want to, I feel to, I want to. Hey, hey, I want to, I feel to, I want to. Hey, hey, hey. Jab, jab. Jab, jab. Jab, jab. Jab, jab. Whoa, yeah, whoa, yo, whoa, yo. Diddy bum, a diddy bum. Carnival Monday, Uncle Fred, with a posy on the head. Drunk, drunk, disorderly like a sailor. Girls in hot pants and mini, looking lovely and sexy. We jamming until AM Ash Wednesday. Fun and folly on every street. Welcome to the treat. Oh, I'm sure it's the greatest on planet Earth. Carnival, carnival, surround the world, spread the word. You can't make a sentence without a verb. Watch